Guys for coming out, and this is lunch. It's informal. I always want to do these things is I don't want to sit up here and lecture you guys at all. I want us to get to know each other. And you guys you probably have a million questions, and I'll answer any one of them I can. Keep in mind that if it's something happening right now, I can't talk about that. I'm sure if you've seen Thomas or Dragon or Eric or Caleb or any of the others, they've said this over and over, but we've got strict non-disclosures. We can't talk about what's going on if it hasn't aired yet. But other than that, I'll be happy to tell you anything I can, answer any questions as best I can. I will say that just to right off the start, and you guys have probably been around this enough, you've probably heard us say this, there are a lot of people that they'll watch the show and they'll think they're making all that up, because you've watched TV shows before, and I'm not going to name any like Ghost Hunters, and you'll think, okay, they heard somebody did that on the wall over there, so they what was that? I'm not interested in chasing ghosts. I'm not interested in making TV for making TV's sake. I'm out here to hopefully find some answers to some things that don't make any sense. My original motivation is to determine, if there are a possibility of an extraterrestrial interaction, a technology or phenomena that we don't know about, and to figure out how to use that to our advantage, right? To better our lives, better our position in the world and in the universe. Because one of these days, Thanos is going to show up. And as far as I can tell right now, I have yet to see an Iron Man or a Hulk or a Thor or a Captain America show up to help us out. And so I certainly hope that it's someone that's here to offer us all sorts of great new things, but it also at the same time look at how the adventurers, the conquistadors, the folks who explored the New World, how they left the New World, and if we happen to be that new frontier or new world, and they show up, whether they're friendly or even benign or benevolent or not. Doesn't mean that what they leave behind isn't a big smoking, heaping pile of rubble and crap, right? So why don't we'll just start. We'll go counterclockwise. We'll start over here, and we'll just walk down immediately. And if you have any immediate questions, or we can do it random. I don't care which. You guys just throw a question at me, and we can go from there. Who's got a question? Somebody's got one. There's one, right?
Yeah, so I was really curious to get a little bit more background, if you guys have any, or I guess further information about the in the most recent season of Skinwalker Ranch, the feedback in the control room, where you guys got that echo effect,
yeah,
but then walked outside and could hear things. Did that go any further? Did you figure out what was causing that at all?
No, in fact, it's happened several times, and I don't know how much of this I should talk about, because they may use some of it on a future episode or not, but they hadn't told me that they're not, or that they are. But that's one of the most startling things that's happened to us, and it really freaks Thomas out, because we've talked about it a lot. It was clear to us that somebody was eavesdropping on us with the technology that I can't quite understand yet, because we turned all of the electronics off. We even they won't ever show this on History Channel, because History Channel won't break the fourth wall. Fourth wall is where there's cameramen and crew around. I don't know why, but that's just the History Channel policy. But we've stopped several times when stuff has happened to the crew, and in this particular instance, when what he's talking about, if you guys don't know, we were in the command center, and Eric was in an airplane with a pilot. We were doing an experiment, and so it was myself and Thomas and I believe Dragon, maybe Caleb. It was three of us. I forget which three. And while we were, filming this experiment, we were doing the experiment in the middle of the experiment. I say filming. There's cameras running all the time. We're just doing the investigation, and they're just capturing it. So at any rate, we're talking, and I tune across on the spectrum analyzer to a particular frequency. If I see a signal there, it's not supposed to be there. And when I do, I hear my voice coming back at me. And then I hear Thomas and I guess it was Caleb. I think it was Caleb. Anyway, no, Caleb was out triangle, so I had been dragging. We were like, no, wait a minute. Is that our microphones? We turned everything off. All the electronics, all the transmitters on the cameras, everything, and we could still hear it. And then we took turns walking outside, and we could still hear it wherever we went. In fact, they didn't make it on the show, but one of us went as far all the way out into the east field, almost to the river, which is 200 yards away. And we could still hear them just like they were sitting right there. It was coming through the spectrum analyzer. And that told us that there was a transmitter on an eavesdropping device somehow following us, either on our person or somehow in a remote location looking at us. And none of those technologies should be there. Well, we use bug sniffers and things like that, but unless it's inside our bodies, it's not there. And we've actually had this happen more than once. And we actually filmed a scene, maybe one day it'll make it, I don't know, where we made all the cameramen, we physically watched them turn everything off, and we filmed with a cell phone. And it was still happening. And this really startled us that there's a technology at play that, and we didn't, I think part of the reason we don't want to show the frequency that we've detected this, so that everybody won't go to that frequency and they can listen to us talking wherever we are, right? It comes and goes, though. It's not always there. And the frequency changes, which is weird. I have no idea why. So that's pretty scary. My first thoughts was, okay, it's Russians or Chinese, right? But why? Well, Skinwalker Ranch was a hot spot all the way back to the ALSAP and ATIP programs in the late 90s, early 2000s. And so they probably had some counter-espionage activity going on. But that's not a technology that I know of that they should have, anybody should have on this planet. So what the hell is it, right? No, I don't know. It's really freaky, a little bit scary. And we realize that there is no private conversations anywhere on the ranch.
You think it's leftover Bigelow technology?
Probably.
So, let me talk about leftover Bigelow technology.
Yep. Dr. Taylor, one moment. We have an announcement here.
Oh, we got an announcement.
So we're going to be, she'll be taking your drink order. As far as the menu, talk about the menu. It is a set item.
Yeah, the menu is a set 4-course item, so it comes out with seared tuna, French onion soup, a Wagyu steak, and then the steak comes with mashed potatoes, fries, or a side salad.
If there are vegetarian, gluten-free items that we need to be aware of, we can make some changes to that.
Good. We're vegetarian.
You two are?
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
3.
3?
Yes.
Okay.
I can do the fish, but just
Okay, you can do fish?
Yeah.
And how about you guys are strict vegetarian?
Not
Yeah.
strict, ovo-lacto. She's strict.
But it doesn't matter. If you have meat, I'll take it home. There's some stray dogs around, I'll feed them. I mean, whatever. I don't care.
I do have constant, but it has to be good stuff. I have salads. I have larger salads we can do for you if you want it instead. The French onion soup.
Okay, that's fine.
So do you want fish or do you want salad? I can do you a fish.
oh sure.
You want the fish? Okay.
Salads.
Pescatarians, but nobody ever knows what to get at the best.